Hey everyone! Thought I'd do a quick video on all three, the trilogy of Chronicles of Narnia. The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, Prince Caspian, and The Voyage of the Dawn Treader, as filmed by Disney. Um, there's nothing that I can say that no one else has, I feel like, already about these movies. I love them. I grew up on them, basically. Um, Most likely, yeah. Um, I read the books first, of course. And like a nerd, I love that they follow most of the stories, which is awesome. It slowly decreases, kind of, in each subsequent movie, but there had to be some changes. I feel like when it came to the movies, because there was a lot of like kind of just straining along in the books, which I love. Don't get me wrong. I love that C.S. Lewis wanted us to kind of know the characters along the journey to see what they were doing and see how they react to certain situations. Versus in the movies, it has to be fast paced, as I mean, they have to be because otherwise we would get bored. Anyway, so the first movie is all about defeating the White Witch. Jadis. She came from a different world, as most people know who have read the books, I feel like. Spoiler alert. She comes from a place called Charn, and long story short, she obliterated that world because her sister rose up against her, and she said the deplorable word, which vanquished everything but herself from that world. So that's how selfish she is. Um, and then in Narnia, she corrupted it by still being selfish. She thought that she could just, do whatever she wanted, try to throw the lantern at, or the iron rod, or it was a lantern, threw the lantern at Aslan, and he just kind of brushed it off like the king he is. And then, so enough about her. We know how evil she is. Let's talk about the Pevensey children, who are literally, they were cast perfectly, in my opinion. William Sky, I think is his name. Uh, what's her name? Oh, what's her name? Anna and Georgie. Georgie? Not Georgie. It was something else. No. Hey Siri. Who played Lucy in the Chronicles of Narnia?
Georgie Henley played the role of Lucy in the Chronicles of
I was right. Huh. I was lying. Anyway, their chemistry was just like, oh my gosh, they work so perfectly together as siblings. The way they interacted at the station, at the mansion, then in Narnia, they definitely have sibling dynamics because they all were feeling so much frustration and fear when it came to Edmund leaving them and them being in a new world that they don't know anything about. And I saw something else in this movie that I never saw before. Peter looking on at the station towards the soldiers. He always wanted to be a soldier, but he got that in Narnia, and he didn't need that when he got back to Narnia after they left. Anyway, that's towards the end. So, oh my gosh, I just love these movies. These movies are amazing. So they did all the stuff in Narnia. They meet Aslan, and they meet all the characters, the Narnian army. I love that. The scene where like Aslan is just so like he is so like you could see like so much emotion in him compared to other things that Disney has made nowadays. There's no soul, and he had soul. Anyway, and these films were directed by Andrew Adamson, I think, the same guy who made Shrek or directed Shrek. Like, of all the directors, he did a great job. No beef on him. I'm just really surprised that he did though. So then, trying to think. I don't want to go into Princess Caspian just yet. I'm trying to think if I'm missing anything. The stone table scene is always scary because they think they can defeat Aslan, but no, he's Christ. Did he technically die twice now that I think about it? Or, huh. Because Aslan represents Christ in Narnia. So I wonder, I never thought about that before. I guess in a way he did die twice. That would be, oh, imagine if that were a thing. That would be incredible. Yes, it's a book, but like, think about it. If this was real, and Aslan did that, and he represents Christ, he would have died twice. I know I said that 3 times, but 3 times it should get into my head. Hello, girl. Hello. This is, oh my gosh. Seriously, like, oh my gosh, that is incredible. And then like, all the scenes are just amazing in this film. The battle scene, oh my gosh, the phoenix that comes in to kind of wipe out some of the White Witch's army, and then Edmund doing that to her wand, and then Aslan defeating the White Witch. Oh my gosh, I just love it. I love it. And then the ending is beautiful as well because Aslan is not a tame lion. Plus, he has other places he needs to be. So, he'll be back. Eventually. 10 years later, just kidding. No, it's like 2 years later for them, but it's like 200 years later. Yeah, oh, yeah, it's like 2 years later, but for Narnia, it's 200 years, something like that. And Cair Paravel is gone. All that is left is their possessions and their chests, which they get, most of them, and they go off. They meet Trumpkin, played by Peter Dinklage, and this movie's good. Don't get me wrong, but there's something about it, like, I don't think. The battle scene at the castle, I don't think was in the book, but they needed some kind of action, and Peter needed some kind of arc in a way. And I don't know if they really gave him that arc of being like in the first movie he knew he had to be less like bossy of Edmund and his, well, yeah, less bossy on Edmund. In the second movie, he has to rely on Aslan, which I love. I guess, yeah, I don't know. I guess they had to make a connection there. So he had to learn to trust Aslan so he could go back to their world and know that Aslan would always be there for him. Same thing with Susan, but we know what happens to her in the books, unfortunately. In my head, though, I want her to be in the new Narnia at the end. Yes, it'll take time, But that's what life is all about. Life is all about trying to be our best, trying our best to do what is right, to be good, to have the will to be good. Anyway, Prince Caspian, why not go to him? Because, I mean, his name is in the title for some stupid reason. Just kidding. Ben Barnes plays him perfectly. Just the way he kind of shows realness in his, like, age is just very beautiful, I think. Not many people could do that, I don't think, when it comes to acting, I think. It's hard because sometimes they play a caricature and not actively being the character. It's hard. It's hard to act as someone what you're not. You know, it's hard, like, not too many things, not too many kingdoms exist nowadays, but he was able to translate that into the movie, and his journey of just getting to know Narnia and be a part of it, and kind of his willingness and his, like, naivete or ignorance, I guess. Like, no, his humility. That's what humility. His humility was the key factor of him becoming king of Narnia, of Telmar. Anyway. And then, yeah, I love all the other characters, like that one centaur guy. His son died in the battle. I feel bad for him. I forget his name. He's well played though, for sure. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. I think, yeah. And how they enter Narnia was also really great. The way it just faded, oh my gosh. And the way they, it's amazing. I love the visuals in these movies. Which the only great visual no, there's a few great visuals in the third movie. That being Aslan, the map, and maybe the mansion, and the blue star. Everything else is especially the boat. Like, when the boat first, the Dawn Treader, don't get me wrong, I love the design of the boat. It's just, it's not real. Like, it actively looks unreal. But in later scenes, it looks good. But in the first shot, it's just like, oh my gosh, I know you're supposed to be a boat, but it's so matted looking, I guess you could say. Anyway. Oh, the mermaids. The mermaids were great in this movie. I think if that's what they call them. Anyway. Or maybe they're like Kelpies? I don't know. But, no. Isn't that Scottish? Anyway, C.S. Lewis wrote this book to be kind of a episodic book. Meaning they combined most of the islands into one, which wasn't what the book was about. But they had to save on time, and they weren't about to make a TV show for this movie, that's for sure. Or for this book, I should say. It's a great movie, don't get me wrong. But, it's kind of janky in its journey, because the island where they rescue those people, there was something about it that it had, I don't know, I forget exactly. Then the second island that they went to, the deserted one, was supposed to be a different island. And then there was another island where Eustace turned into the dragon, and then he was unmade as a dragon on that same island. They didn't venture off, and with him all flying off the boat. Now he's played really well by whoever his name is. I think his name is Will, if I'm not mistaken. The actor's name, Will something. So anyway, used in the movie, he's well utilized in the movie, in my opinion, because yes, in the book, it kind of makes sense for him to kind of being undone on that island, but from a narrative perspective, from an artistic license perspective, him pulling the boat really shows that he is a part of Narnia, that he is choosing to help people despite being kind of ridiculed and wanted to be preyed on in a way, because people wanted to eat him. Yikes. And then, and that Treasure Island, I think, was different too. I don't know. I forget exactly. I haven't read the book in a while. It's one of the longer books, and I forget so much about it because all the islands, they have one defining factor, basically. It kind of makes sense that they would combine them. But, again, it's not the best movie, but it's not the worst movie of all time. That would go to Black Cauldron. Just kidding. No, I don't know. There's a few. Zootopia too. Just kidding. Ha ha. I'm funny. Aren't I funny? Blue Star, she's nice. She ends up being Caspian's wife. Spoilers. I love her. Even though she's not really shown much in the movie. But I just love her character overall from the books and the movie. And then they go to that dreadful island, if you would call it that, where they sail through into the mist, and Edmund has to get over his fear of the unknown, basically, and of his mind being clouded by the White Witch still, which kind of makes sense. He was traumatized. He was a young kid, still is a kid, but you need to overcome those evils to embrace himself as the king he is, so he can go back to their world to do good. Anyway, yeah, then those swords did that, and voila, the people came out of the mist, and everyone lives happily ever after. Just kidding, no. Well, yes, but no at the same time, because Reepicheep goes to heaven. Just kidding. I'm happy for him, but it's sad at the same time. I'm not gonna cry. And the way Lucy hugs him, and then Eustace is like, we're never gonna see you again. Oh. No, I'm not gonna cry. It's so freaking sweet. The way you can see Aslan's country. Oh my gosh. What I would give to be there. And then Prince Caspian considered them all family, and then disappearing behind the water. No. Don't, no. I cried. I literally cried. So I watched these movies, like, was it yesterday? I think so. I think I've watched the first one on Saturday, then I watched the other two yesterday. I was on a binge watch because I was, like, sick. So I was watching other kinds of movies. It's crazy. I'll tell about those tomorrow, most likely. This video is getting long. I'm gonna make this, like, 21 minutes. No more. So it's just amazing to me what these films are all about. Like, following Aslan, getting to Narnia, learning who you are learning who they are as kings and queens of Narnia alongside the Narnians. It's just so beautiful. And all the characters are just amazing. Mr. Thomas is amazing, as played by James McAvoy. Anyway, and those beavers, I love those beavers. They're hilarious. And yeah, it's a shame that they couldn't make the silver chair, but it kind of makes sense. It it's it's a strange book to add to kind of adapt, I think, because there's so much going on in it and so many small such big factors in it. Literally, there are giants and little things in it. Little things, little. There's like little people, I think, in it. I forget exactly. Then there's a green lady who is weird. Like she's a reincarnation of Jadis or something. Or something similar to her. Anyway, I don't know. I haven't read that book in a while. It's not my favorite book, but I don't know. Yeah, it's good in most parts, but my favorites would have to be all the Pevensey children's books. The Horse and His Boy, which is Shasta, right? That book is amazing. Oh my gosh. I wish they could adapt that. That would be an amazing movie. If they make it amazing, of course. I said this should be 21 minutes. So, yeah. Yeah. I don't think I'm forgetting anything. But if you do have any thoughts on this movie that I may have forgotten about, this was just a synopsis. This is my zeal of why I love these movies. I'll probably do it more in depth videos on each of them, possibly. I just had to combine them to show you exactly why I love these movies and why they work together simultaneously. Anyway, thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, Fandom Disney 101. I am Maria, and I'll see you later. Bye!